G'day, and welcome to Graves in Australia Diecast Salvage. Today, you're not seeing a turntable with a car on it, because what I have today is something that's too big to fit on it. So, in 2024, we're going to mix up the channel a little bit. Still doing, my practice on disassembling cars, fixing them, painting them, try and make them look better. But hopefully 2024, I get a lot better at it than what I have been. So, what have we got on today's episode? Today's episode, we're doing a Maisto assembly line. And in this case, it's a 1967, the Volkswagen 1600 Fastback. Just giving you details. If you want to pause and have a little read on here, that's entirely up to you. So, we'll bring you back to open up the box. So, shall we have a look to see what's inside the box? Got a flap on it. Open up the side. Alright, first thing that comes out is the instructions. We'll have a look at them in a moment. We have some plastic parts. We'll have a closer look at all of this in a moment. Seats, they supply screws, has interior tyres. We have a track and trace sticker, and it has a VW badge on it. That's nice. Post office track and trace sticker. Wow. What else is in there? Let's pull the rest of this out. Nothing in there. But now we have the main part of the casting. It is die cast. It's not plastic. At least I don't think it is. And we have a choice of wheel hubs. So I'll bring you back and we'll have a closer look at things. So here are our components out of the baggies that you saw a few moments ago. Screws are supplied to hold everything together, and they even supplied a screwdriver, which is nice. Here we have the parcel tray that goes under the front bonnet. We have our door cards, and they include a quarter window. We have a steering wheel. Now I have chromed the horn ring, because that's usually what it is. A very detailed dash. This is our front axle. By the looks of things, it might be steerable. I don't know, because I haven't put this together yet. You and I are doing it at the same time. We have our handbrake. We have our gear shifter. We have our front seats. Of course, we've got our 4 tyres. We have our rear seat interior. Here is our base, which has the bumper already connected. It was already done from the factory, and we have the rear axle already in place. The same thing with the exhaust and heater tubes going onto the chassis, or the floor pan I should say. And of course we have our casting. Now in their wisdom, or Maisto's wisdom, they've already put in the headlights, the window unit, a mirror, the rear bumper, the rear tail lights, and of course, you know, they've already hinged the front bonnet and the rear boot lid. Now, this white part here is that you can lock the rear boot lid, but if you want to open and close it like I do, you need to take these, if I'm in camera, these side tabs off. But it's flexible enough that you can just push on it and it will close. And the other thing that we got that I showed you on as we pulled it out was, of course, our instruction manual. So let's get on to the first part, and that is putting in the parcel tray and the door cards. But before we do that, I might do things in a little bit different order. How about that? Just to be different and to see if I can foul things up. So I think we can save a little bit of time by putting our steering in. There's a square hole. There's a square peg. So let's see if we can put the square peg into that square hole. Come on, fumble fingers. Well done. Might give that a bit of, because I stuck me paws on it. That's the thing with the chrome and not letting it dry properly. Is just so we can set that aside, out of harm's way, and don't put your digits on it again, fumble fingers. We can do that. What else can we do that's sort of easily? We've got our handbrake. That can go into there. Let's go all the way down if we can. That might be, see, fumble fingers. Stop it. Stop it, fumble fingers. And we have our gear shift. And if you notice, it has a a certain shape hole. So we need to find the certain shape end to it. We'll try one way. If it don't work one way, we'll go the other. But this also might be a case of one that I might have to do off camera just to save a bit of embarrassment, because it is very fragile, or we might need to open up the hole. I'll just give it one more attempt. No, best do that one off camera. So we'll put that aside, and we'll put that aside. We don't need the tyres just yet, nor the front axle, but this is what we need. We don't need that at the moment. So door cards. There's two lugs there. This is the passenger side, well, or the left hand side. So when we look at the car, it is going to be this door, and let's see if I can get it in the right position. Where's my little pointer, my handy dandy screwdriver pointer? And I'm going to look through the camera to see if I can get the location for you. It's about there. At the end of my screwdriver, there are two male pins or posts, and which will correspond with those two female ends. So we're going to have a bit of hanky-panky going on with male and females. There's a joke in there, Joyce, and we'll get there. So all I'm going to do is glue them in. Let's see if I can get myself ready. So I want that. We'll get a toothpick. If we can get one out. There we go. Now I'm using this 5210 glue. It is another form of a super glue. Just a couple of drops like that we'll just put onto that. Put that aside. We're going to get our toothpick, and we're going to put it inside our female. It's getting a bit of a prick. See, Joyce, I told you there's a joke in there. Just get it in there for a moment, and let's see if we can get that where it needs to be. Just close that up for a moment. Just let that set up. And we are in. So I can't complain about some slight discrepancies in the joining, you know, like the top of the door should be the same as the top of the window there, but this is a casting, and it's a 1/24 scale, so they've got it as close as possible. So we've got one door card in. I'll do the other one off camera. And, oh, why not do it on camera, Michael? Just do it on camera. Close the door. We get our glue. Into our hole so Joyce can have a prick. So try not to go overboard. Go over the two posts. Get the door to open. We're not in the right spot, or are we? We must be. But we haven't quite gotten Come on, Joyce, open it up. Okay. Joyce needs a hand. So we shall give Joyce a hand. As mentioned, I'm doing this live with you guys at the same time, not pre-assembled and disassembled just to reassemble it again in front of you. That's it's a little bit more difficult, but we are on there now. So that's our two door cards in place, and our parcel shelf comes in from underneath. There are two tabs, one there and one there, which will correspond with the two tabs, or one there and the other one there. But to help keep it in place, we're going to do a little bit of glue. So again, bit of glue there, put a bit on the end, put a little bit on the other end, and we'll put a bit on where it's supposed to hold on. Excuse me. On the inside. Sorry, I'm off camera. All I'm doing is just spreading the glue across there, because I've got to work around you guys. Now that will sit in. I'll put the correct side in first, that would help. That is, one tab is longer than the other. And we squeeze it into place. We attempt to squeeze it into place. Now we'll let that set up for a moment. And there's our parcel tray in place. Our door cards are in place. Sorry, I'll get my big mitts out the way. So okay, back in a moment. Well, the next part which they're saying is to put the steering wheel into the dash. We've already done that. And then the dash to go inside the main casting. Now, let's have a look at the back side of the dash. This part here needs to go over that part there to meet up with the windshield. So again, fumble fingers. Let's see if you can get this in. And there we go. That was fairly simple and easy. Well, famous last words being easy. So we'll put that over there. The instructions next say to put in the gear shift and the handbrake and the seats. And they're all a push fit. I didn't have to do any trimming on there. The seats come in from underneath and are located by that pin. So we're up to stage 4 already, and that's putting the interior in. So that should then go something like that. Now that is supposed to go, there's a hole in the front here which is connected to the bottom of the dash. So that's what we've got to try and locate. And I think we have found it. I think we have found it. But it's not setting up the back properly. There we go. Or are we? Let me get that. Get the boot down. Maybe that's why they locked it. There we go. To get that into there. That into there. Okay, so far so good. We're in. Isn't that good? All right, I'm going to take another break and we shall be back for the next section. So I've set myself up for stage 5, which is putting the rubber booties onto the hubs, or the rims I should say, not hubs, the rims, and then the rims onto the hubs. So let's go and do that. I've already done 3. Oops, sorry for knocking you guys and girls. But these are a hollow tyre. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. In that my brain's a scatter at the moment, in that I have some Dinky and Corgi cars that have a similar rim or hub, if you like, where they need these hollow tyres where these fit in. So this has just given me the idea as to how I can make them. So there's a mould making session coming up, and I dare say I'll be bringing you guys and girls along with it in a future video. But in the meantime, I'll just have to keep that in mind. Just remind me what I'm thinking. Tell me to come back to this video and mention this section of what my thoughts were. Hopefully you remember. All right, we have our 16 ply tyre on. And these again are a press fit onto the hub. That's one. That's 2. These hubs remind me of the hubs which are on the Hot Wheel cars. But in any case, let's push that one into there. Push that one. Come on. Come on, little doggy. Woof, woof. G'day, Friday. So that is on there. And now this, as you can see, has 2 pieces there, which go onto, I'll get my hand onto these here. Now, which way? Good question. Which way does it show in the picture? Yes, it does. This tab here needs to go to the front or towards the front bumper. So we'll get it over that's one side. Do apologise for going out of screen. Pressing down. So that makes this now supposed to make it a steerable. There we go. I pull on one side, it should pull the other. It does do it a little bit, but that's all right. Need to wheel alignment. And then the next step is you put that there, and that is supposed to line up with those front little holes there. And then we get our 2 little screws, and let me just have a look to see which ones they're locating to. Let's need to pull that out. Well, according to, oh, that's a locator. So that's that one. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Like I said, I'm a bit of a scatterbrain at the moment because I'm thinking of a few things at the same time. Being a scatterbrain, that's nothing unusual for me. Those who have been with the channel for a while will know that. Is that lining up? Not quite. This is why I don't do with my die cast stuff. This is why I don't do the assembly part of it on camera. So the only thing is, line this up, put the 2 screws in, one here, one up the back, and we'll come back with the results. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is our finished product. We have put the number plate that was supplied on the back. The engine bay opens. It's a shame they didn't put an engine in here. That would have been nice. Have the engine in there. One of their failings, but something that can be worked on a little bit later. So this comes what they call a rolling shell. Maybe we can do something later. Doors open. The parcel or luggage area opens. Yeah. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video on a Maisto assembly line, 1/24 scale, Volkswagen 1600 fastback. Have a pleasant time, and we'll catch you next time on Graves in Australia Die Cast Salvage.